just not had a lot of success, but it's coming out here in Game 2 of the Grand Finals.
I can understand why they picked it. You know, they wanted to have something that can deal with that PL in the mid game, some ways to catch him, and also they absolutely needed wave clear. He's pretty much their only wave clear in this early game until they start building up some more items.
Well, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Game 2 between PSG LGD and OG. Kicking off here in Vancouver as we are going to see what goes down. OG, it certainly seems, guys, that you sort of said it to me, Fog, they've turned up with strats. They're turning up with something that no one else has been doing. It's got them this far and they're still pulling new tricks out of the hat.
I mean, they definitely had a lot prepared. You could tell they were very adamant about just over-preparing for the majority of their teams, and they had so much time. With Seb, with their coach, I can't say his name properly, but
Passerelle.
Yeah. They said it. They've been staying up like all night getting ready for this, and they got to see LGD earlier too.
You know, I didn't realize that guy was the same guy at TEG so long ago.
Yeah.
He actually used to play against them so long. I thought that guy disappeared off of his room.
There he is, Grand Finals, yeah, coaching OG and doing certainly, as we're seeing with the strats, a very good job of it. But overall, Ben, you do look at the two drafts and you consider what we've seen sort of just overall in this meta, and you have to feel that PSG LGD's lineup, it's a more robust one. It's one that just makes a little bit more sense, right?
If you weren't looking at the teams, but OG has had a lot of success with heroes that haven't been picked, and a lot of times you're just not really used to playing against these lineups and these heroes. And I mean, they do have pretty good ways to deal with it outside LG. I think the Kunka in particular is really good for Swiss, but you know, that was back in the days when people used to defensively do okay. You pretty much can't do that anymore.
Yeah, the Kunka though for me is such a good pick for several reasons. It's versus that IO. It's very good when you use your ulti. You actually can absorb majority of the flak when Gyrocopter uses the flak cannon. You really negate majority of that damage, and then of course we have the X that can come into play. The glimpses, the relocates that do come out. You can actually find some really good pickups or saves on your teammates when you're trying to back off from pushing. After Thompson's actually starting with the X. Secured.
Easy CS. And certainly all eyes on Thompson. We've known him to obviously whip out the old Meteor Hammer build. We'll be interested to see if he does keep with that one here in the Grand Finals, as he brought it out the other day, and it certainly looks, it's an incredible treat to see live on the stage.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna, I'm imagining he's gonna do like that new build that we're seeing. Just like the 2-0-2, maybe then start getting some points in Wex after that. But for the most part, I do see Thompson almost exclusively go for that cross Wex build. So it does look like Bobo was also right with those lanes. They did put the Chalice Enchantress down bottom versus that Underlord and having an aggro tri-lane to pressure this kind of weak tri-lane that OG is running right now.
For this FY, looking for the wraparound. Yes, the three-man Fisher blocking them off. X-Nova trying to move in and get the vision onto Ana, but then turning with the Rocket Barrage. The Thunderstrike, X-Nova to drop, but Arme gets the first blood for PSG LGD. The trade will occur, and PSG LGD, of course, getting that first blood, and not only just onto anyone, but onto Ana as well, getting him out of the lane. Great start to this aggressive tri-lane of PSG LGD.
How important do you think Foggy was to kick the hands of the Shaker away from Rex?
I was saying before we went into the series, I thought this was going to be the most contested hero between them, because I think even FY has had spectacular games on this hero throughout the entire tournament. So yeah, I do think that's definitely the hero of this series.
So the CS goes this time around in the mid lane at the moment. 11 for 3 on Somnus's Kunkka against the 4 for 1 of Thompson. Somnus having a very, very strong start to the mid lane matchup.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the lanes in particular coming up from OG. Bottom, Seb can do decent in the lane phase, but until once that level 6 hits on Enchantress, you are completely zoned out. You actually can't even walk up, and it hurts you throughout like all stages of the game. The mid matchup is really good versus for Kunkka as well, as he can bully Invoker because you have that low base damage.
Yeah, he went for 2 points of quads over 1 point in the next sword. Is just not able to keep up with that Tidebringer damage from maybe double the CS. It's tough. Force Spirit even not super useful.
Yeah, it actually can die pretty easily.
Look at this top again, FY. See if we can find for the setup round the side. As OG do start to move in, look to put the harassment down onto Arme. FY holding onto the Fisher for now, lets it out onto N0tail. As N0tail's been caught away from the rest of his team. Arme goes in with the Spirit Lance, cut the finish off. He's got the stick charges. N0tail being tethered, kept alive, finally falls. So does FY. They get the 1-for-1 trade up top.
Jarek's with the misclick there.
Whoops, that wasn't misclick.
Yeah, he clicked the TP instead of it.
Better him than Gyro at the time.
Yep.
As FY will of course come straight back in, but at the moment indeed in CS, 13 for 3 on the gyrocopter compared to the 5 for 4.
Tailing position for some wraparound here.
This is well FY. Also looking to play aggressive. Oh, they do! The slam on the right click between the two of them finds the courier. They now look towards Ana. Ana is sort of trapped over the Fisher, but he's got the back of a Jerax. Now moving in on top of X-Nova with the right clicks. The OG get one. FY and Arme now have to be on the retreat. They have the doppelganger. Arme with the stick charges back up to 4, but the glimpse is out. Onto FY, dragging him back behind the 3 of them. Fisher once again though, down onto Notel. Enchant Totem as well. FY's bringing Notel low, but the stick charges keep him fine as FY will fall. The 3 of them still strong. Arme also in trouble as well as the Thunderstrike. The Rocket Barrage bringing him down. He turns with the Spirit Lance. Can Arme stay alive? He can't. Arme will fall. And Nova, could he actually find Ana here? The tether heal's there for Jerax. Ana's not going to go down. And X-Nova, he's also going to pay with his life.
The IO just getting away pretty much with murder, just sitting in the back lines there. Eats some of that AoE damage, so has health loss and always has these stick charges. Constantly getting the perfect tether usage just to go back and forth saving their heroes.
He is playing level 6 on maybe he can try and interrupt top lane or bottom or mid. I think they need to kill one of these.
On top lane again, OG Strike. They look to Arme. Nightmare will come out from X-Nova, but he's not going to save at the same time mid. They make the play. Straight in. FY helps on the setup for the kill onto Thompson.
Such an insane amount of damage going into this Uncle. Almost level 8 already. Face boots as well, that double bracer.
It's about a level and under half difference between him and Thompson at the moment. As Somnus just continues to climb ahead. Top lane though, this action just doesn't stop as X-Nova is getting dove upon OG. They get the kill. Chalice and Arme see if they can find something in return, but Notel's TPing out. The Fisher will come out from FY, so Notel held back, and they also pick off Jerax in the tree. So LGD will punish OG there for that dive.
I love that, the rotation by Chalice there, just TPing. They know that they're overextending, and they actually get a huge kill there. Arme picks up the bounty off of Jerax, 337 gold.
What kind of build do you think that Underlord should be going for this game?
I think it's just the Crimson Guard as fast as possible. I don't know if he's gonna get the mech first. I'm wondering, before the IO goes for it. Because we've seen the IOs tend to go for that in majority of the games. But he might be put in an option where he can. But I think the Crimson Guard is probably the best one versus that Phantom Lancer.
The
and
Phantom
it's also
Lancer is really underfarmed. Do you think he really does need it? I think the Kunga and the Ant are going to be doing way more damage where the Vanguard is not. Versus that.
Well, the Crimson Guard actually does block the cleave from the Kunga, which is kind of a neat interaction that can come out. So that could help a little bit, but I think I don't know which one.
Oh, Thompson! He went in invis and then he came out of it. They had him under the tower. They dive in and find the kill.
Seven out there. Whoops.
Bit of a mistake there, costing Thompson his life as he tried to come up top after struggling in the mid lane, looking to find some action, and he just doesn't get it. And at the moment, you can really sort of see how his net worth is suffering. He's level with Jerax's own. Of course, Jerax, he's 4-1 and 4. So he was having a great time up top in terms of getting involved in those kills. But Thompson's certainly going to need time this game to catch back up.
They're continuing this dodge. There's DPs coming through from the Bane.
As FY will look to juke around the trees. He's got the stick charges, as he'll be fine. As X-Nova, Chalice TPing in. We'll see if X-Nova can find any sort of set at the same time. Mid Somnus, cold snap from Thompson coming into play. Somnus has got the bottle charges. He's got the movement speed. With that haste rune, he is out of there. Thunderstrike will not be enough to finish him off. So Somnus keeps himself alive.
Look at X-Nova's net worth. He doesn't even have tools. I feel
Yeah, he's a Bane. It's a good game for the Bane either way. Just the Enfeeble alone, once he starts getting more levels, I think is going to be the most important thing for him. Just keep throwing that Enfeeble on Gyrocopter. It's something we saw a lot through the DPC, how people were dealing with the hero.
Sep will be here down on the bottom to start to alleviate some of the pressure being put on by Chalice and FY.
Would you prefer that he go for the pipe first in this game?
Maybe mech. I think mech helps the mech versus all sorts of damage. You're having pure, a lot of physical, a lot of magical, so in which case HP would be a lot better, but I don't know, it's just a tough call.
Seb tries to TP out, but he's not going to make it. FY in with the stun, Notel's TP'd in, he could be in trouble as well. Will pop down the kinetic field and will just get himself away, living on 15 HP towards the mid. X-Nova with the EMP dodge, the backup from Chalice coming in as they chase down Thompson. Thompson, he's running, but the Rainbow's all the way, taking down the Invoker. Chalice now dominating as it sits top of the net worth on his Enchantress.
Without local, but also preventing a concept from getting up there.
the moment, but in terms of net worth, LGD with a 4K advantage, all 3 cores leading the way. And this time, of course, without a Treant in the game, they're having a much easier time at taking these early tier 1 towers away from OG.
And they've taken those two towers already, and look at their warding. They've already positioned wards deep to be able to watch any of the movements that OG does, or any of the smokes that they even want to set up to try to look for these kills to catch them back up. It's 10 minutes in, they're already at a 4K deficit.
Mid lane. Put the homing missile out onto Somnus, but he's got the invis room. He's back underneath his tower, and he's got X-Nova sat behind him. If OG did look to die, but OG, they'll make the line drawn up top. They want to try and look towards Armin. Maybe see if they can catch out the PL.
2 clutch runes coming out there for the Kunkka. The haste rune is going to the invis rune right after that, saving him from the dives that could happen.
How do you think they get Topson back in this game? Just take good fights and try and play around the wall.
Chalice.
I think so, yeah. I think he has to get it.
Oh, he's found another.
It doesn't seem like he can really do anything in fights. If he shows himself, he just gets jumped. And just too low levels to do that much damage of his own. But he's also not plus extra, so he can't really farm jump fast.
It's really tough because like they're on the back foot, and we've said this time and time again. When you have a disruptor on your line, and you're on the back foot, and you're just getting ran at. It's really hard to actually get any setup for the glimpse plays. And the Invoker in this game, like who's he actually going to go for a kill to build up his urn charge? It's really just like the Bane and the Earthshaker early on.
Tries the Tornado EMP, but Chalice keeps the distance, now turns towards Naruto. They get a glimpse play onto Somnus, but Somnus, he's got the boat coming in. He has that run boat. The cooldown comes through from Anna. Is it enough to find the kill onto Somnus? It is. They get one. The homing missile redirects itself on top of Chalice. Chalice has the heals going. He's turning with the impetus. He actually gets the kill on No-Tail. They'll relocate the team back out of there. So OG not really wanting to commit everyone to this fight. It's Chalice, FY, they turn. Echo Slam, Fisher out onto Anna. They burst down the gyro comes in. Chalice, he's already looking for more. He's trying to chase down Jared, but Seb's there with the body blocks. We'll keep Chalice back, but Chalice just getting so much done on this Enchantress. He's 6-0-1, just getting kill after kill, and he is sailing ahead this game.
I think Jarek's brought Topson back to the top lane, maybe for an efficiency play to farm that open lane, but at the same time they're getting outnumbered down here.
And they're going to get more action as well. The final impetus not quite enough. Seb still alive, gets a firestorm out. They'll finally fall. X-Nova may die for this. He's got the Nightmare dodge. They'll get him out of the tower range. That tower hit the it went back to him. Wasn't able to successfully de-aggro in time. So it does go down, but still. Seb falls. He's the core, and Chalice just continues his reign on this game.
And they're just keeping this pressure on, and it's giving so much space for Ame just to kind of have his own game. Just free farm on the sides, farm some jump. The way LGD's playing as a unit, moving around, making plays as 3 or 4.
We saw what in the last game, so the biggest issue for Chalice was the Shaker, just getting on top and offering that heavy amount of magical burst and control to allow the teammates to take him down. But this time around, the Disruptor just can't quite do as good of a job in terms of duration of overall control. Static Storm will be dropped down as well in the kinetic field, but the grip from X-Nova holding Topson in place, allowing the impetus to fly in from Chalice. They're starting to storm ahead this game. PSG LGD as they lead 13-10, 6K advantage. OG, they have to do something big to swing this one around as Topson is just getting knocked further and further behind on his Invoker. And
he's the cross-watch Invoker. He wants to be the one making the plays around. He can't really just catch up through farming, so they have to find a way to group up and take these fights, but this disadvantage is super hard versus LGD's lineup when they almost going to have a blink dagger on the Earthshaker.
Well, he's trying to call in for a relocate, it seems.
With a catch in with the kinetic field, we get the Fisher out onto 2 of them, and the slam FY. He's trying to walk it off, the glimpse will be there, bringing him back into them as he does finally fall, but he certainly gives it his all before he goes. Somnus is going to come in, they get the X play, he's coming back out, and there's no escape, I'm afraid, as LGD get the gyrocopter.
Big difference between this game and last game is that Jarex can't really go around making plays. He's whipped. He's pretty much bound to the gyrocopter the entire game. Big
Chalice. He's fine.
And Big Daddy's trying to do stuff on his own, but just simply can't. Topson.
Oh God,
not again. The dust is there. Prepared. Oh, Topson. How he falls time and time again here to Somnus' Kunkka.
0 and 5, a rare sight to see from Topson as he's been excelling at this tournament.
A little bit
Push onto OG's side.
Topson still sitting 4th lowest on the net worth at the moment on his Invoker. He has a long way to go if he is to recover this game.
It's one of those games like, are you really sure? I should go bird. I'm not sure if we're going to get any kills here.
Big Daddy notes out, looking for Armin down bottom. He's going with the Static Storm, but it's going to wear out Armin. He can doppelganger up, but the homing missile, of course, will prevail.
Earn charge acquired.
There he goes. He was getting that danger carrier. He's about even on net worth. That's a little bit scary, but it takes a couple of team fights for them to get back in play. But LGD, they've been kind of doing a good job of making sure that Underlord is not the one in front. Usually Underlord's your big buffer in between your weaker heroes in the back, but they just come from all sides. They can swoop down on the IO in particular, and the Invoker. None of them feel safe in the fights.
And they always know where everybody is because of all these aggressive wards they've got down because of taking those towers early on. So right away they see Jarex for a moment stepping outside, they start running at this IO immediately.
They know they have wards, but they just...
Unique ones coming out here on the right side.
Mid lane, Seb. He's got the pipe, full turn, tries to root down the two of them, and Chalice forces himself out. The glitch back will be there onto F1, but it actually sets up a bit of an echo slam. Still, the damage is enough from OG. It's Jarex still alive for now. They look to chase down Chalice. Here comes Somnus looking for the angle. Out it comes onto Anna, gets the damage out. The boat flying through as well. The Glimmer Cape on Anna is enough to keep it safe. No, the X-Bot drags him back into Todd. He's still alive for now. Anna, can he survive throughout this all thanks to Jarex? Oh, he can't! As Anna will go down.
The sleep on the Underlord. You saw Seb trying to run toward his teammates. He just gets slapped. He can't bail them out.
Another successful fight there from PSG.
Away from that big level 15, which... Fine. They're smoked up and looking for this fight. The DD on the Kunkka is available.
Nightmare there from X-Nova, going to mess up the combo potential from Notel as he gets cleaved down there by Somnus. A quick cut with the Tidebringer. Chops him apart. Jarex will take Anna out of this. Gets him away from PSG LGD's movement. We'll see if they are prepared for Jarex on the return. As you can see, FY hunting for the location, and he has found it. He's ready. The Jarex will come back in. He's got some time with the Glimmer Cape, but FY knows that he's around, goes for the stuns. The torrent comes out from Somnus. They'll get Jarex.
Still work.
Makes buy some time, some space for Seb to also keep pushing top, get those lanes out, saves the gyro.
This Enchantress is destroying them now, but I think later they will have enough damage, especially with the Axe Tether or the Gyrocopter with the Maelstrom, plenty of magic damage there, and then once Invoker, they will drop some Meteor combos. I think they can take it. Right now, Chalice is running all over.
Yeah, they've still got a lot of time too, because Thompson is actually fully committed for more points in Cross and Wax, so it's only actually the 1 point in the X order, and he is a long, long ways from that Aghanim.
Another tower taken here by the push of Chalice. Seb completed Crimson Guard, now ready and upon him, as we saw as well the BKB for Somnus just getting shipped out as well.
Halberd next for Seb, it looks like. Maybe
Stop. No. Denied from FY.
In between the cold snaps, and Somnus on the hunt. They get Patience.
Nice little play there from FY. Thompson trying to set up with that combo to make sure that he gets the last hit, but wasn't successful. And now, OG do find X-Nova heading up the ramp into the jungle of OG, as they will, the three of them, take down the Bane. Make sure that he doesn't get away with his little warding journey that he was looking to make.
Still got the D-ward up. Pretty important.
Any type of kill like that matters though. You see how OG, they're really prioritizing playing a little more defensive now, sticking in their jungle, making sure they can farm this Gyrocopter.
45 minutes of the game. 8?
Mid lane. Yes, OGD starting to move back towards Jarex and Anna. There's Jarex. He's looking for that room, but Chalice, he's there with the chase. They get the slow, they get the Fisher. There's Jarex, who'll pop the Glimmer, but there's the double dust as they'll find him. Catching at the eye, same time up top. Armin looking for Notel. Notel trying to get out with the TP play. He does escape. Notel will get out of there.
They tried to set up the kill, but the BKB just getting delivered. So these BKB timings are coming out from all the corners of Belgium. Like Ben said, it's very problematic for OG.
Moving into Roshan now, PSG LGD.
They really want to protect the Arcane room. I mean, it's a big deal at this point too for me.
I know what's going on, OG, but can they really contest this? Static Storm's being used. We saw the combo drop top. I believe Tornado's probably still on call. No, it's back up, because they have got the Tornado set up here from Thompson. But do they have the follow-up? They'll throw it in. Roshan still with a decent amount of health. They'll pop the Deafening Blast, pushing PSG LGD out of the pit. But now Chalice is on the hunt. He's looking towards Thompson. Missile at the side will be dodged. Nice Nightmare from X-Nova, keeping FY safe. Chalice
He's got the Spirit Vessel on him.
Can they kill him off? They've got the cold snap down, the wall as well to slow him, but he pops the dust, he pops the turnaround. X-Nova with a feed script. The Torrent as well onto Thompson. Thompson's got Anna, moving in with a BKB. He does not have the damage, but looks like Chalice staying alive. Chalice, will he go down? The Rocket Barrage does find him. Anna will get the kill onto the Enchantress. Jerax incredibly low as Arme. FY looking to chase him. He's got the Glimmer Cape, but he's been dusted. Jerax gets taken down.
Anna's gotta go buy a TP. They'll be okay, at least they do find him.
You get the glimpse play out as well there, No-Tail, keeping himself and Seb safe for now. Say that though, they're still chasing the Fisher, the jump F1. In with the control, setting up for another kill for Arme. As PSG LGD push OG away from the pit. Roshan still sitting at about half health as Arme jumps straight back in. We'll see if they can get away with this one. You're going to have Thompson back in the game in a couple of seconds. But they should have a good shot of finishing this one off in time without any sort of further interruptions coming out from OG.
BKB timing's just, yeah. OG can't take the fights, they don't have the damage to go through it just yet.
And Booker is supposed to be that big threat that pops the BKBs early. Yeah, you might not kill them, but get those BKBs early so that everyone else can. But right now, it's just on dishing out a lot of damage. Thompson's still struggling. I'm just really not sure how Thompson can have a huge impact at this stage of the game.
I think he's just gonna have to act a lot more as his control and hope for the best that he's
Wait
gyro.
for BKBs to get 5 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait for those BKBs to tick down and hope that the gyro is able to take it away once he starts getting the enabled more by the IO. So he gets gifted that agony.
Chalice!
Dust?
He was ready there. I don't think that was sort of a body blocker search, but he pops the dust. Seb does have backup though. He's got Anna and No-Tail in. The Static Storm down on top of the Enchantress, and they go over the cooldown. Seb, Anna pops the BKB. The Tornado's going to come in the side, catches the 2 of them. In fact, the 3 of them, setting them on. Somnus gets the BKB out though. Turns with the Tidebringer, hit Jerax. Cut down by Arme as Anna wanting to find Chalice. F5 points the Echo Slam, holding down Thompson on the side. Seb's up Arme with a double kill. Somnus leads up a third. Seb's trying to get out of it, but he's not going to make it. Arme with the triple kill as OG just cannot take a fully fledged team fight, as you're saying, with these BKBs on LGD. There just isn't the damage to kill off the cause in time as they only get Chalice and lose for themselves.
But you feel for Jerax, right? Like in the game, if he's this IO trying to run around, but you can
Somnus.
They have a ward. It's a little bit too multi. They don't see these 2 heroes, so they're kind of guessing.
Or Thompson walks in, he puts the Tornado in the totally wrong direction, and now the combo from Somnus comes out. Drags Thompson back in, they've got the detection. As my goodness.
Maybe he's probably like, he pops his BKB for that.
And they'll get No-Tail too. Arme straight on top of the Disruptor. The carnage continuing to favor LGD as they just get pick off after pick off. Anna, maybe seeing if he can strike back. FY quick with a blink out. Arme still looking to stick around for this. He will get rooted, but he knows that there's no real threat. OG just cannot get on top of him as top lane Jerax brought back, looks for the angle. Somnus with the cleave. Killing once again Jerax as Somnus continues this game. 7-1 and 6, having a huge impact from the laning stage right up until this 30-minute mark with a fantastic Kunkka performance.
And this Kunkka now has 3,200 health and a full AC coming
on bottom. It looks like FY is just starting to play around with him with the lockdown as the Seb. Seb's going to try and get himself out of there with the ultimate. Can he escape in time? He can! He gets them out. Seb will manage to get out, but Arme was also very low. Arme does, of course, still have the Aegis.
He was trying to die. He ran into the
There we go. They're going to need a little bit more of that magic, OG, if they want to come back into this one, but they will take that Aegis away. But as you said, LGD won't be too phased by that at all, as they were happy with it going nonetheless. It's top lane, Somnus looks for the cleave angle. Into Anna he goes. Anna getting dragged back into the torrent. Seb's going to come in as well as Jerax to look to help him out, and that will keep Anna fine. He's trying to turn, but Somnus pops the BKB. X-Nova's coming in as well on the Bane.
He's baiting them.
OG have to be careful. Chalice already there, looking towards Anna. Anna into the trees. The X-Mark coming out, but there's 3 relocate back out. The Eye will escape with Anna, but No-Tail's in trouble. Arme again, just swarming on top of the Disruptor. Picking up these kills, the Sunstrike off the mark, as again, LGD just keeping everyone alive, growing this lead, 13k advantage.
He just knows how tanky he really can be. He pops the rum and gets the ghost ship off, of course.
Spot him.
He has his biggest problem is sleep.
Yeah.
Somnus just every time finding the setup. That double damage really certainly helped as well to pack that Tidebringer with the punch it needs to cut down the IO as quickly as he did.
Somnus loves to just tank up on these strengths. Sadly, why not?
Oh, they have Marvin is all alone. There's no IO in the game. FY Echo Slam, Chain Stun holding him down. PSG LGD just ruling the game at the moment by quite some distances. It's just looking almost impossible for OG to come back into this game too.
When your most farm core dies to the two supports, you know you're in some trouble.
As now PSG LGD into the base they go. The fortification comes out. Seb will try his best to hold them. The Nightmare's there from X-Nova. Thompson's going to get controlled here by the side of Somnus again with the X-Mark play, dragging Thompson back into the clutches of FY's hands as Thompson's gone for 50 seconds.
Yeah, that's a buyback from Ana too. He's coming back in.
See if they can do anything about Ame. Ame pulls the BKB, tries to get himself on top of Jarek. The dust out as well. Ana trying to hit back, but Ame just stands his ground. BKB now from Ana. They do get X-Nova on the bane as Chalice. He's just diving in, finds No Taylor with the impetus. Chalice again. The plays bringing Jarek slow, but Jarek will survive with the Glimmer K. The vision wasn't quite there for the last impetus to connect, but they're two down on OG. Now make that three as Ana jumped on by FY. Seb surrounded. The torrent sub Somnus in with the physical damage. Seb will fall. The buyback comes out from Seb, but LGD still looking strong to take this tier 3 tower down bottom, take even more as they're onto the barracks. As OG, they're without this gyrocopter for 75 seconds. They could not hold with Ana, let alone without him.
They're just so tanky on the side of LGD. All of their heroes, Chalice just runs in without fear because they've all got these BKBs. Ame went for a satanic build so we can actually stand in the midst of all this AoE and just keep fighting over and over again.
And rum.
And the rum. Over and over again.
As Ame just trading onto tops of the cold snap does come out. Ame quick with the doppelgang to remove it. Fish is down, but the glimpse is there. Big Daddy drags Ame back into the static storm. He's surrounded. They'll look to kill him off, but he's got the life steal. The satanic. Ame back up to half health. He pops the BKB. They cannot kill this PL. He's on the retreat back to his teammates. Do they have any other further catch? They've got to be careful because Somnus turns up. The boat comes in. BKB's out from Somnus. Looks for the combo to do them, and FY jumps in to the creep wave. The Echo Slam takes down No Tail and Fisher onto Thompson and Seb. OG had to back away from these racks as LGD are looking to claim a second set. The Crimson Guard will be popped, trying to slow down this siege, but LGD will get away with it. There's going to be Ana back up in 15 seconds, but the melee racks are taken in both the middle lane and the bot lane, as well as the range racks down bottom. PSG LGD now 25,000 ahead.
Oh, looks like they were us yesterday.
Yeah. They're feeling super confident in this game. When you see the PL gets glimpsed back into the midst of everybody and able to turn that fight into satanic, you're definitely feeling really good. And another DD picked up for Somnus. I was mentioning, he loves his heart on the strength heroes. I think I've been seeing him buying on like every single one of them. The Tiny, Kunkka.
He gets it there first. It's actually him most of the time rather than Ame. Starts off the fight.
Thompson is in trouble. The jump forward from FY. The boat comes through the tide. Bring it from Somnus as he pops the double damage out of the bottle. Looks towards No Tail. No Tail hiding in the trees. They'll turn to Ana. Ana with a BKB, but Ana had to be careful. The Tidebringer hits. Somnus just doing so much damage, but Ana will survive. BKB and Glimmer came down. Ana gets himself back towards the base, but they'll jump on top of Jarek. Seb now surrounded. He'll pop the ult. Should be enough to get him out in time, but the X against Somnus with the Kunkka play brings the underlord straight back into the hands of LGD. As now Seb dead for 100 seconds. PSG LGD ready to storm the base once again, looking towards this mid-range racks. The tier 2's gone from all lanes so they can open up towards the megas. Jerax will buy back. They've got Thompson back up in 10 seconds. But with a 28k advantage favoring LGD, can OG really do anything to stop this? It looks at the least that the mega creeps will be guaranteed as the racks up top will fall. Thompson looking to lead him with the combo, but again the boat straight on top of Ana. Somnus is in. They do manage to get the Glimmer Cape onto Ana. Ana backs away. Thompson with the Ghost Walk, keeping himself alive with the dust. They've got the dust. The Thompson dead. Thompson gone. It's Jerax and Ana. Chalice again. These impetuses too hard for this IO to play against. As they're 3 dead on OG. PSG LGD with a full lineup still alive. As they look towards the mid lane, GG is caught. Ladies and gentlemen, PSG LGD taking game 2 of the best of 5 grand final of TIA. And that one, it didn't look close at all. This was PSG LGD through and through. OG maybe going sort of a new strat too far.